Hey everybody, T-Man here bringing you guys another video, and this video is going to be about who I think are the top names in the WWE right now. I got down 7 names. I'm going to be telling you guys about my Magnificent 7, the guys who I think are already over in WWE and who I think are the current stars right now. I'm also going to be producing another video for you guys of the top 5 guys I think the WWE are not using right, and that could be very big stars in the WWE, but they're not. But this one is going to be about who I think are really over right now and the top guys in the industry right now. Let's get right down to it, and this is not in any particular order. First of them, the first one is Bray Wyatt. Number 1, Bray Wyatt. And you know what? If this was a countdown, I think this would be number 1. This guy is over. He is... Man, he's made a connection to the fans. The fans love him. They're booking him as a heel, but you could tell he's a fan favorite, and I think they should continue booking him the way he is. Kind of like in the middle, you know? He's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He just does his own shit, okay? Because a guy like that, you cannot categorize as a bad guy or a good guy. You know, I think he's just so cool. People are always going to like him. You know, he does badass shit. People are going to like him no matter what he does, because he's a cool character, great on the microphone, great flexibility, and a great worker. And I definitely think WWE after WrestleMania should really push him as a main guy. Get that strap on him. He is red hot and he is ready. So I definitely think Bray Wyatt is one of the top WWE superstars going on today. I like what they're doing with him. This whole year they've booked him in really significant storylines with Jericho. I think they just did that because Jericho wanted to work with them, and they know they could get great matches out of them. Also, he had a couple-month program with John Cena, so they're utilizing him really right. Okay, I know he's not going to probably be in the main event at WrestleMania, because if you guys know, the planned WrestleMania main event is Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. But I definitely think next year you cannot push it any further. Sometime in that first 6 months after WrestleMania 31, they got to get that belt on Bray Wyatt and solidify him as the man, you know, as a top guy. Another guy is Dolph Ziggler. He's a guy that I felt, and if it wasn't for the Survivor Series, he would probably have been on my top 5 list of guys that they are not utilizing correctly. And I'm sure that WWE probably did that whole Survivor Series thing by accident, but he is red hot. He's always been a great talent and a great in-ring worker. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I like watching wrestling sometimes. Well, yeah, of course, for the storyline and everything else, but you watch wrestling for what? The wrestling. Okay, for the great in-ring work. And Dolph Ziggler has some of the best in-ring work. He's right up there with Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, and other names as great in-ring workers. I mean, Dolph Ziggler is a guy that has them all. And boy, if you ever want to build them at all in his career, now's the time. He's red hot after that Survivor Series, being 3-on-1 and becoming the sole survivor. And I mean, he has a lot of momentum right now. If I was him, if I was WWE, I would have never took that Intercontinental title away from him. And I like how what they're doing with him is like, oh, Dolph Ziggler doesn't know when to quit. He has so much heart. That's good. This is one thing I like where they're going with this. Continue that momentum. Build them back up. I would like to see, even though I like Luke Harper and he's the current Intercontinental Champion, I would like to see Dolph Ziggler get that title back and kind of have it for a while. Have that Intercontinental title for have a long title reign with it until you're ready to put them up in that main event world title picture, which I think it's going to be crowded next year, because I think you're going to have the Roman Reigns. I think you're going to have all 3 members of the former Shield, so Rollins and Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. I think you're going to have all those guys in there in that title picture. And I think next year after WrestleMania, I think we're going to start seeing the new generation of the superstars really coming together. I'm hoping, you know, I've critiqued the writing team of WWE a lot. I'm hoping they really get this together, because they really have something. They do have stars, okay? And it takes a long time to really establish those stars, but I think they have them. And the writing's so bad, I really hope they don't fuck this up, because they do have an opportunity to make next year after WrestleMania 31 a complete changing of the guard and a complete new headline guys. Okay, So let's see if they don't fuck that up. So Dolph Ziggler, get the Intercontinental title on him, give him a long run, make the title mean something. You could really put together great matches with Dolph Ziggler. Okay, another guy is Dean Ambrose. He's another guy that's red hot right now, mostly because Roman Reigns is out right now with his illness. He's going to be coming back this month within the next week or two, so it's great. But during his absence, Dean Ambrose has got a lot of momentum. He has the red hot storyline going on with Bray Wyatt. I feel like they could be pushing that more, making it like. Right now, I feel like it's just an infomercial for TLC. They're just promoting TLC. I would go deep into the rivalry. Try to make that rivalry personal. Try to make the the people that's going to watch TLC invested, or maybe even after TLC if this rivalry continues. Because right now, they're just throwing tables and ladders and chairs at each other, promoting the pay-per-view, saying, yeah, TLC. No, guys, no. I mean, promote the rivalry. These are two guys, build something for the rivalry, okay? Because these are two guys that could go at it. They're red hot with the fans. I think that's why they put them together, but I don't think they have the writing power to really make this a great storyline. They're just putting two guys that they know are fan favorites and people like together and say, hey, let's just see what happens. Another guy that they're utilizing right now is Ryback. I think he's another guy, since he's came back from his injury, that they've utilized very well. I think they've made a mistake with Ryback in the past when they teamed him up with Curtis Axel, and they weren't even really a dominant tag team. They were just kind of like a jobbing tag team, doing jobs for other guys, and that was a mistake because they built Ryback up in the past before that when he was in his world title with Punk, and we all know Punk and Ryback has been going back and forth on social media, on Twitter and stuff like that. But I think Ryback is a guy that that could be a name for them. He kind of reminds me a cross between a Ultimate Warrior and a Goldberg. I think that's kind of like a cross where they're trying to book him as, because to me he comes off between a Warrior and a Goldberg. But anyways, I'm not going to be talking too long about Ryback. I like how they're utilizing him. He's another guy that they should definitely top as a big guy, and hopefully you see him in a lot of main events and stuff. He's not quite ready for a title, but hopefully they continue to book him as a big name, and if anything, they could always give him the US title later on down the road or something like that. Another guy is Seth Rollins. He's a guy that I believe will be a world champion sometime after WrestleMania. I think Roman Reigns is going to win, and then I think we're going to see Rollins cash in the money in the bank sometime at Mania or after Mania, and we're going to see Seth Rollins as the world champion, and I think Ambrose is sometime next year might be the champion, and we're going to see all three members solidified as top names in the business, which I actually agree with. I like Seth Rollins, I like Roman Reigns, I like Dean Ambrose, I like the Shield, the former Shield guys, and yes, they're definitely top names, and we need something fresh other than John Cena. I'm not bashing John Cena. He's been around. You could call him a legend now. He's been around for 10 years, but his time's old, and everybody is now tired of John Cena as a top name. I think now it's the time to start backpedaling from John Cena. Okay, they build every storyline around John Cena, everything. Even Punk said that in his shoot interview with Colt Cabana. It's time to shy away from that. It's been 10 years. Now's the time to push your younger guys into the main league and kind of slowly backpedal out of John Cena. Maybe give him a part-time contract. Slowly move him out of the way, and don't say you're not willing to do that. They were willing to do that with Hogan, with Hart, with Michaels. When your time is done, even though John Cena's real young because he got a really early start at this and became a star really early, now's the time to kind of backpedal from him. Anyways, Rusev is another guy they've been building really well. I actually like the fact that Rusev is the United States champion, and right now, they've built him for so long, and I kind of like the fact that he hasn't been pinned or submitted yet, and I think that's a really smart move. You know, I've heard rumors of Rusev going to be having a rivalry with John Cena very soon, probably after the Royal Rumble. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Rusev costed Cena or something along those lines at Royal Rumble, because I did hear that Rusev might be working with John Cena at Mania. I think right now, I think the best course is to get the U.S. title, which I actually like that he's the U.S. champion. I think it might be a great move to get Rusev and have him drop the title to a guy like Swagger, the guy he's rivaling with right now, which I like that rivalry. I liked it in the past. They just rivaled a couple months ago, and now they're going back to that. Come on, give your All-American guy, the guy you're booking as the All-American, give him the U.S. title. What's more American than that? And you know what? They could do it in the way where you can get the title off of Rusev, give it to Swagger, and you could just have him submit. Okay? You could just have him submit, and then when he goes into rivalry with Cena, you can still book it as he's never been pinned. You know, not booking it undefeated, but he's never been pinned, and that'll be red hot. And you just have Rusev tap out to the ankle lock of Swagger. Anyways, those are the top names. Of course, Randy Orton's coming back. You know they're going to give something big to him. He's a top name. He's been out with an injury, having vacation time as well. I think it was more vacation time. But anyways, he's coming back. So WWE does have a lot of big names. Hopefully they don't continue it. And I'm going to be doing another video pumping out soon about my top 5 guys I think the WWE is not utilizing, and that could be really big top names. So until then, till the next video, guys, I'll see you for the next one. Take care.